Hey guys, it's Brandon. Thought I would play a 15-minute game here on the old ICC, playing somebody named Chessling, rated about 1900 in the standard rating pool, and looks like we're getting maybe a Nimzo here, or Queen's Gambit with d5. Those are the two main moves. Yeah, my standard rating right now is ridiculously high for me. I don't think it really should stay there. So let's play this knight e2 Nimzo with b6. So let's see if I can grab the bishop pair here. Nope, he's not interested in that. So I can play e4 right away. And then he plays bishop to b7. Or I can play knight g3 and now play e4. Getting a big center here, probably. I'm not 100% sure if I can do this, but c5. I don't know about c5. I think I can just push d5 here, shutting out the bishop. Can I play e5 and then d6 here? Shouldn't that win a piece? e5, d6. I think maybe he played this a little too fast here. Let's see, e5, where does the knight go? No, I can't play e5 yet. He just takes it with his queen. But that's almost a threat. So, okay, let's just develop. And I'll castle, or maybe play queen e2. Now I'm threatening e5 and d6, I think. Okay, so he played d6 himself. I'll just castle. So bishop to f4 here. Probably he just plays knight to e5. Can I just play f4? And again, am I threatening this e5 move? Yeah, probably I was. So I'm attacking this bishop. So let's just get out of any discoveries there. Queen f2 maybe. Queen c2. Queen c2, just attacking this pawn on h7. And this bishop is locked out of the game right now. So I have a space advantage. I have some nice ideas here. Yeah. I'm gonna do this just to keep this pawn block up here. So if he takes, I'll take with the pawn, and maybe I'll put my bishop on b2, where it points at the king. And I can think about moves like knight to g4, probably. But for now, let's just get developed. I'm not sure what the idea of this move is. Knight g6, I just take. I'm not sure where he wants to reroute that. Maybe he wants to reroute the bishop. But again, it's not going to find too many good squares. What to do here? Knight g4, knight e4. Maybe I'll play knight g4. The knight doesn't sit particularly well on g3, and if I can grab this dark square, but I think if I can just grab that dark square bishop, that's a plus for me, because this bishop is sort of powerful now on this diagonal. Does he maybe want to double rooks? I'm not sure. Let's see, knight here, takes, doubles rooks. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. What to do here? F5? I don't think F5 does anything. Challenge the e-file. Rook A, E1, Rook E8, Queen D2. Maybe just Queen D2 first. I'm going to try to cover the e-file challenge on the e-file. If he could trade all the rooks, that might be better for him, just to get some space advantage, or just to eliminate some cramp. So maybe this wasn't the best plan, but well, alright, I'll just challenge the e-file here. If I go takes, knight e4, knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes, rook. So that won't work. So I'm going to have to move this knight probably to d4 is a nice square. Probably. I'm not sure this really benefited him, but okay, we'll see. Yeah, queen d4 check, bishop d4, or knight d4 blocking. Knight d4. Can he pile up on the knight? Can he infiltrate with the queen? Maybe if I play something like king h1 here, queen e3 might be strong. Knight d4. If he takes everything and then plays, I don't think he can pile up on the pin before I get out of it. But if allowed, then I will play king to h1 next move. I don't mind grabbing this knight. Get out of the pin. This bishop is a monster on this diagonal now, so that's always nice for me. Alright, let's see. Knight g4, threatening knight takes h6. Maybe threatening bishop d4. Knight f5 is calling to me. Seems like a good idea. Takes. I don't have any back rank issues. I think this should be a good move. I'm threatening knight takes h6 here, because g takes, then this knight is hanging. Does he have a threat associated with this move? Maybe knight to e3? Or knight to f2 check. Maybe knight f2 check is a threat, so I'm going to attack the queen and stop any knight f2 ideas. I think that stops them. Also, I can play bishop takes g6, I think. Or knight takes g6. Again, his problem is this bishop is just a terrible piece which is doing nothing. Okay, takes, rook takes. No, let's see. Knight takes g6. Bishop takes g6. Maybe just h3, giving myself an escape square. Where's the knight going? So this should probably win a pawn, because if he goes back to f6, I can take on h6 and then take on this, in which case the dark squares are extremely weak, and I think his position is borderline hopeless. Bishop c8 doesn't work here because when I take the pawn, I'm protecting the knight. Maybe g6 is a move. It still loses a pawn, but I think the dark squares would be too weak in that case. Yeah, well, if I take here, I'm protecting the knight again, right? So that doesn't work tactically, I think. Hope I'm not missing something here. Yeah, so yeah, he just missed that tactic. The fact that when I take the knight, it's protecting this knight. So yeah, I don't know. I think that if we just do an overview and summary here, I think his big mistake in this position was c5, because if I'm allowed to play d5, I'm just shutting this bishop out, and if he takes here, this bishop is just going to have to find something else to do. It's just not well placed here. Maybe he can come out here and put pressure on this point, but I don't think it's seriously doing anything. So what he's really going to have to do is, at some point, reroute this bishop onto this diagonal and get out here somewhere. Yeah, he played kind of quickly. I'm not sure if f4 was a good move. Let's just quickly turn on the engine here and see what was really going on. Yeah, it's a slight edge for white, it says. Nothing serious. Well, it wants to play knight f5 here first, attacking the bishop. But this is still a slight edge for me, nothing serious. I played queen c2. It's getting closer to even. b5. Yeah, b3 just to hold this. I don't know. It's saying really, really slight edge for white. Maybe that's true. Now it's saying slightly better for black. I don't know. It's a space advantage, and this bishop on b7 is doing nothing. So I don't really agree with that valuation, but maybe there's some factors I'm not considering. Okay, knight there. What did I play? Knight f8. What did I play? Yeah, knight g4. It didn't quite like that. Knight f5. It didn't quite like that move, but I thought it was a good move. Rook a e1. Yeah, maybe I should have contested sooner, but I wanted to grab the dark square bishop. It's still a big edge now, it's saying, for white. No, this move took away a lot of my advantage, it says. Okay, challenge the e file, fine. b4. It wants to play rook takes e7 first. I took first and played knight here. It's okay. Didn't give away anything. Yeah, I wanted to play bishop d4 here, and says big advantage. I wasn't sure what was going on. I guess knight g3 to f5 it's saying is the idea. It wants to do this. Queen c7, knight g3, bishop c8. Again, see, Houdini is saying that it has to reroute this bishop. Rook takes e7, rook takes e7, knight f5, attacking the rook, and it's giving white a huge advantage here, which is pretty obvious. Two bishops pointing at the king, tempos on the rook, so that's a nice line. I played this move, which didn't lose out or anything, but it's not as much of an advantage. It's only half a pawn. Knight d4, yeah, bishop takes is fine. The problem is removing this knight, I think maybe opens this bishop a little bit. King h1, yeah. Knight f5, this time knight f5 is good. And it wants to play bishop takes d5. Wow, is there a tactic I missed there? Bishop takes d5, pawn takes, queen c2. Oh, deflecting the queen, because if I take, then this is mate on the back rank. That's a nice tactic, but I think only a human would see that, a computer would see that in a 15-minute game. Okay, knight to g4. It's wanting to play rook takes e4. I just played bishop d4, which is fine. It's a huge advantage for me. 3-pawn advantage. Queen c7. Still wants to take on e4, but I played h3. Still a fine advantage. It's even saying there's nothing to do in this position. It's because, yeah, the idea is if white moves this knight here, there's bishop takes f6, and, okay, rook takes e4. Oh, now it's saying queen d3. Apparently this is a huge advantage. Well, I was planning after this move, oops, after knight here, to just play knight takes h6 check, and then this is the tactic. And these dark squares are horrendously weak. I could probably just exchange on e4, play queen f2, so take the rook on e4, queen f2 to g3, check, and that looks very dangerous for black, if you ask me. But, okay, so this tactic doesn't work because, again, when you take here, it's protecting the knight, so queen takes, knight takes there. So, alright. Interesting game. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.